Hi, this is Brian. Welcome back to the Optimal Living 101 Masterclass series. Today, I'm thrilled to be chatting about Productivity 101, how to get great things done versus a ton of trivial things. This is one of my favorite subjects, and I am fired up about this class. As always, we have 10 big ideas we're going to take a look at. Let's take a quick look, and then we'll dive in. All right, so our first big idea is, what's your number one great thing? What's really, really, really important to you? Some great thinkers on this subject call this your wildly important goal. If you want to escape the whirlwind of trivial things, you need to get clarity on what you really want to create in your life and then prioritize it, which leads us to the second big idea, which is the psychology of utter commitment. You get clear on what that one great thing is that you want to produce in your life, and then you go all in. That takes both clarity and, more importantly, courage. And then our third big idea, to round out the first three, which will be on the psychology of motivation, is world champion training camps plus infernos plus forging swords versus sporks. So world champion training camp. What would your life look like if that's how you showed up? Josh Waitzkin, one of the world's experts on learning and mastery, tells us that's how we want to approach our lives. And when you do that, you want to step into an inferno of desire and passion to create something great. We're going to talk about the different heat required to create swords versus sporks and why that matters. The fourth big idea is energy management. A lot of people think that you start with time management when you think of productivity, but you don't. It's all about energy management. We're going to talk about our fundamentals. We're going to talk about making waves in the context of producing great things consistently. Our fifth big idea is time management 101. Once you've optimized your energy, the question is, how do you optimize your time? We're going to look at Peter Drucker, who's the one who told us first things first, second things, not at all. That obviously requires us to know what our first things are, and then we want to follow his three-step process of time management, which will arrive at us creating large blocks of time to do great work. We'll unpack that. Our sixth big idea is focus. We need to have the ability to go intense and to do so consistently. We're going to talk about how when you do that right, you can have a 4.5-hour workday that leads to great things and to greatness. The seventh big idea is 4DX, the 4 disciplines of execution, plus lead versus lag measures, plus your 2 scorecards. We're going to talk about your goal and the process through which you're going to achieve that. That's our lag vis-a-vis lead measures. Out of that, we're going to create 2 scorecards. One of them is more important than the other on a day-to-day basis. The eighth big idea is the progress principle, micro wins, and keystone checklists. Teresa Amabile is the leading researcher at Harvard Business School. It's impossible to read a book about productivity at work, fulfillment at work, etc., and not run into Teresa and her research. We're going to talk about what she learned, aka the power of progress and small wins. We're going to go micro on them, and then we're going to look at our keystone habits and how we can create a checklist to make that happen consistently. Our ninth big idea is a whirlwind of gnats, kryptonite dust, and iPhones. A lot of people think they get tripped up by the dragons, but it's actually not the dragons that stop us. Once we get clarity on what we want to do, it's the gnats. We need to remove the paper cuts and the distractions. We're going to talk about how to do that. All of that leads us to our 10th big idea, relentless emotional stamina plus anti-fragile grit plus 4% flow growth equals super productive you. We'll have fun unpacking each of those. Productivity 101, how to get great things done rather than a ton of trivial things. Welcome. Let's jump in.